General Dwight D. Eisenhower to apologize privately to the soldiers and the hospital staff that was present. Also, the slapping incidents were kept secret from the public for months before the story was actually broken by the reporter Drew Pearson. And this caused this scandal to pop out for Patton's conduct and also the accusations of a cover-up on the Army's part. Now, this movie is one of President Richard Nixon's favorite films. He had his own print, and he would often watch it in the White House. And he did this particularly before having to make an important military decision, be it in Vietnam or Cambodia. Now, John Wayne got turned down for this role. He eagerly sought the role of George S. Patton. Now, it's hard to believe that John Wayne got turned down for anything, but he did. The producer, Frank McCarthy, thought that George C. Scott was a better match. Now, all of the medals and decorations shown on Patton's uniform in the opening monologue are replicas of those actually awarded to Patton. However, the general never wore all of them in public. He wore all of them only on one occasion in his backyard in Virginia at the request of his wife, who wanted a picture of him with all his medals. The producers actually used a copy of that photo to help recreate the look for the opening scene. Now, those statements in those opening scenes, even though they are quotes from things that he said, they have still been sanitized because they were riddled with profane language. The censors cut them out because they didn't think it would be appropriate for this type of film. But in real life, he was full of bad words. Late in the movie, Patton makes the statement that fixed fortifications are monuments to the stupidity of man. If mountain ranges and oceans can be overcome, then anything built by man can be overcome. And he is referring to the Siegfried Line, which he is about to smash through on his way into Germany. But George C. Scott's drinking and behavior was pretty much out of control during the filming of this movie. His on-set behavior had become almost bizarre. People said he was acting insane personally. Everybody loved his acting. The man was a super skilled guy, but he was losing it mentally. And I think a big portion of this was to the old demon rum. At one point, after the film was done, his drinking became so robust and so intense that he was pretty much isolated. That's all he wanted to do.
More than 20 million people use Grammarly every day to improve their writing. You can use it on your computer or your phone. And for your most important work, Grammarly's editor provides comprehensive writing feedback on correctness, clarity, engagement, and delivery, so you and your ideas can make an impact. Elevate your cover letter from good to great, with compelling word choice and concise phrasing to catch the hiring manager's attention. Then step into your role with confidence, knowing you can customize your goals to ensure your writing adapts to connect to any audience. Let your ideas speak for themselves with clear, mistake-free writing. Download Grammarly today for more professional writing.
Eventually, doctors convinced him to sober up, and he did stay sober for a while, Eventually, I think he returned to the same demons that had haunted him before. You see this so often with these actors in Hollywood that reach these pinnacles that they strive to reach, and then they succumb to these substances that just take over their life. I find it really sad and somewhat bewildering. Carl Malden even states that it caused him to quit drinking just to see the results that were happening to George C. Scott. That influenced him so greatly that he turned into a teetotaler. Now, one of the film's premieres was held at West Point, and that was George S. Patton's alma mater. George C. Scott and Carl Malden were among the people that were in attendance. They had a dinner at the cadet mess hall with the Corps of Cadets prior to the premiere. At the end of the film, the monologue Patton gives about the ancient Roman triumph was actually lifted from a 1962 book by Robert Payne called The Roman Triumph, and this is from that first paragraph. For over 1,000 years, Roman conquerors returning from the wars enjoyed the honor of triumph. In the procession came trumpeters and musicians and strange animals from the conquered territories, together with carts laden with treasure and captured armaments. The conqueror rode in a triumphal chariot, and the dazed prisoners walked in front of him. Sometimes his children, robed in white, stood with him in the chariot, or rode the trace horses. A slave stood behind the conqueror, holding a golden crown over his head and whispering in his ear a warning that all glory is fleeting. What an excellent movie this is. Take a look back at it. You'll be impressed with some excellent acting on George C. Scott's part.
And that's ancient to you.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we can summon ourselves a hero.
Bringing the fire. Urge to kill rising. Your lord is under attack. is under attack!
I'll revive you soon.
Stand your ground!
Your lord is under attack!
Eat my dust!
Your lord is under attack!
Armored up.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we can summon ourselves a hero.
I'll have to finish this! I'll have to finish this! Your lord is under attack!